All right, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle with another episode, Unlocking Your Inner Strength. Just me today, like the good old days. Sometimes the way that's the way it should be. Had a great Father's Day yesterday. Really just got to enjoy being a father. Played with the kids a lot. Devin really gave me a great day. And that's also the way it should always be. Like when I was going through my morning routine yesterday, I I was thinking, okay, today's for me, right? Devin really wanted to make sure that I got to do everything I wanted to do, but it was everything I always do, which was funny. My morning routine, which is what I would do on a Sunday. Do my cold tub, read, went for an 8.5 mile run, went to brunch, which is a whole nother thing, right? It's one of the rare days that I eat twice in a day. What a difference I can feel when I eat twice in a day. Definitely don't feel as good, but it's a special occasion. And you can see that before I dive into the content I want to share with you guys today. Like if you guys have gas or you're bloated, that is not a natural thing to be gassy and bloated and swollen and all this stuff. That's common, but it's not natural. And that large part comes from eating way too often. It's not giving the gut a break, right? And I can tell you, I hardly ever have distension in my gut or gas. But after eating twice yesterday, my stomach's a little off. Not off in a bad way, but just, I'm like, man, this is what people feel like normally? Want no part of that. All right, so let's dive into the Silliness Report. I figured I would do this probably once a month because I get a lot of interesting questions and comments now that the social media has really taken off. And I'll do another one on that too, guys, because that was the goal this year. And I appreciate all you for your support, but that was the specific goal this year, to take my message to the masses. So there's a lot in goal setting and just having a vision and being consistent and persistent. But let's get to the Silliness Report. So the first subject I will start with, I think he's 16 years old, he said. He reaches out to me when we're in Hershey Park. He says, man, I really want to grow my social media. Can you coach me? I said, I could coach you, but you're going to have to pay. Just like all my other clients. Well, all right, send over the rates. Send them over to him. He replies, I'm only 16. I don't have that kind of money. Do you have a job? No. But I was hoping that you could just coach me, and then once I make it, I'll pay you back. And I said, listen, dude. Those that don't pay attention. I said, the first thing, if you want to work with me, go get a job, because that'll show me your work ethic. Get a job to fund what you want to do. And he was like, all right, I'll never hear from the kid again, I guarantee it. But how silly. And I could guarantee you that this kid, unless he changes his mentality, will never amount to anything of significance. You're not willing to work to get what you want. You got to look, guys, like a lot of people out there have these dreams and these visions of this certain career that they want. But when they come off their 9 to 5, well, it's time for Netflix, it's time to just chill out, it's time to do all this stuff. Anything but working on their passion. So when you go from your 9 to 5, as my coach Wes says, you got to work on your passion from 5 to 9. That's what I did when I was teaching, guys. It was non-stop working on dual strength during my little lunch breaks, all this stuff. When I would finish training clients, working on stuff, up early, working on stuff, non-stop. So that's one silly thing when people think that they deserve something without putting in any effort. And with that, I always look, guys, like I will get people from time to time, hey, can you do something for free for me? Guys, I put out so much content that has all the information that anybody could ever need from me. They just have to consume it. So it is free. But if you want me to coach you, that's not free. All right, moving on to the next one. We'll call this guy Coach B. So I don't get to see all the comments, right? Because there's so many of them and there's different platforms. But I try to respond. I try to get in there as often as I can. And it's good because about half of them usually are haters, half of them are fans. The haters allow me to know that I'm doing it right. But as Coach B, I think it was something on one of my fasting ones, how I trained fasted, and I'll train on 2, 3, 4, 5 day fasts, and performance can actually improve, right? When you start getting to the longer end of a fast, like if you're doing 4, 5, 6, 7, you might see performance decline. But when I did my 10-day a couple years ago now, a year and a half ago, I was still going to jiu-jitsu on day 10. Like it didn't matter. But he makes a comment like, how silly is this advice? Can you imagine that LeBron James doing this, or Leo Messi doing this, or Usain Bolt? So I commented, I said, this has to be the dumbest comparison I've ever heard. You're comparing the normal person, what's up, Stephanie? You're comparing the population, the masses that need fitness, to 3 of the best athletes to ever live, in trying to juxtapose what they do, right, the elite of the elite of the elite athletically, with people that need to drop fat, gain muscle, and have more energy. So I made a comment to him. I said, this is probably the dumbest comparison I've ever heard. I said, I hope you don't apply this to your clients, this line of thinking. And I think he was a little shocked, and sometimes people get shocked when I actually do respond to them. Like, you don't get to just say something stupid and not get slapped down. So he says, no, I apply a evidence-based approach. Because I told him also, I said, if you want help to actually understand the human body and the mind, just shoot me a DM. I'll coach you. Coaches hate when I do that. Coaches with egos, I should say. Because I'm a coach and I always have coaches myself. He goes, no, I apply an evidence-based approach to my clients. So you're, again, taking what the elite athletes, some of the most elite athletes of all time do, trying to apply that to your clients. That's not applying an evidence-based approach. What I do is apply an evidence-based approach because I actually practice what I preach, and I have literally hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have gone through my programs. And I have the data. I know what works. I know exactly what works, and it works every time. So that is number 2 in the Silliness Report. Next one I have down. So it was based on a urine video we put up last weekend. And it's funny because one of the videos that we have coming up soon was made about this exact type of person. I said the more formal education, right, in this other video that's going to be released soon, someone has, and the more they have to tell you about that, the less they actually know about the subject matter. That's a fallback. That's like identity politics. Listen to me because I'm a white guy with brown eyes. It doesn't make any sense. So stupid. And he says, I have a pre-med in biochemistry, blah, blah, blah. And I said, dude, you're indoctrinated. You're just repeating stuff that was taught to you, that was taught to somebody else, that was taught to somebody else. And nobody stopped to think, what if it's not true? What if there is another way? Right? And people started jumping on this guy, killing him. Again, spouting that his pre-med. And here's another thing, guys. When people comment on a lot of my stuff, if they've never tried it, anything they say is irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Because what they've tried or they're teaching, I've done. I've been in the game longer than a lot of people. And I've tried most everything. So I speak from direct knowledge. So with these people that have to spout their degrees and all this type of stuff, it's silliness. Education, true education, is what happens after schooling is done. When you actually apply. This is wisdom. Okay? Thanks, Mag. Appreciate that, bro. So with this guy, and this is the problem with fitness in medicine, it's just regurgitation and indoctrination of ideas that the establishment wants you to buy into. You think the establishment wants you to actually be healthy? The whole system would collapse then. What's up, Ron? And then the last one, a client was sending this to me of one of his clients questioning my fasting methods because she's a woman and she's a functional medicine practitioner. And it's going to affect the hormones differently in a woman. No kidding. And I used to buy in when I first started learning fasting back in 2014 to the first things I read on the topic that women shouldn't fast longer than 14 hours because it's going to mess up their hormones. The exact opposite turned out to be true. If a woman's only fasting 14 hours, the needle ain't going to move. Women do much better, and they have to go long. What's up, Joe? They have to go longer than men to have a breakthrough with metabolic function and weight loss. So she's speaking again from this position of, this is what I've read. This is what they say works. You haven't applied it. Apply it and then report back if it worked or it didn't work. I can tell you from my experience, it works for women damn near every time. And this is a huge issue. You know, we're trying to break through into people's minds, break the indoctrination, break through the matrix, so to speak, where people have just been told, this is the way, this is what it is, this is what you have to do. Well, who told you that? My professor. Who told them that? Their professor. Who told them that? A textbook. Who told them that? Some study funded by Big Pharma. It's so silly when you actually break it down and you peel back the layers of the onion and realize that a lot of this, and there's a huge difference, guys, between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge, you can learn through reading, right? Wisdom is when you apply that knowledge. And then you find out what I call direct knowledge. What is the actual truth? So I have my internal truths that guide me, all from experience. I will never teach something that I have not done on myself, ever. Doesn't make any sense. But you get all these people and you start challenging the way they think, and then their ego jumps up. Right? The ego jumps up because they want to protect what they believe in. Rather than having an empty cup philosophy, that's one of the ways I live my life. Empty the cup out, right? Pretend my Rubik's Cube here is a cup. Empty it out every day. See what new knowledge you can put in, play around with it, and let's see, is there any truth in it? Before I started fasting in 2014, I had heard of it, but I thought, oh, this is nonsense. I'm going to lose muscle. All the fears that everybody else has. And then I started applying it. And then I started really learning. So that's the Silliness Report for today. I'll report back at probably monthly with the Silliness Report. You know, I'll keep track of some of the funny messages and comments that I get and kind of break them down for you guys. Thank you guys for the support. I'll be live on TikTok tonight on my TikTok channel at 7:30, and I'll answer a question here real quick from Alexander. How do you break the fast? You start with fruit. You guys can do pure cranberry juice. You can do, if you want to do like chicken stock or bone broth, you can do that, but typically break it with fruit. Break it with fruit, then go into your feast. So again, another thing, people, you can't break it with fruit. You're going to spike insulin. First of all, no, that's not true. Fruit hardly raises insulin at all. Second, people will say, don't you want to keep insulin low? No, you did that with your fast. You want to take advantage of insulin, the anabolic effect of insulin, when you break your fast. You want to have a feast. That's the whole concept of what I teach. It's not to just keep insulin low all the time. It's keep insulin low when you're fasting. Okay? All right, thanks for the support, guys. I got to run. I got to write 5 more emails for the Panda Man Official, so get on that email list if you haven't already. Go to thepandamanofficial.com. These are not to be seen anywhere else. And I'll be having exclusive content and different things I'm working on in there for you guys. And I got to write a post, and I got to go meet the kids at their physical with Susie. All right, guys. Catch you later. Let's see what Mag is saying real quick. Yeah, so Mag knows. Just watermelon. I'm telling you guys. People will attack the idea until they've tried it, and one day this will become common knowledge. You'll see. Thanks for the support. Hit the like button, share, leave a comment. If you need private coaching, just shoot me a DM, guys. Appreciate you all. Later.